Waking up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, and suddenly it is already 3 o'clock in the morning. If you have ever found yourself lying there, counting each tick of the clock without being able to fall back asleep, then this video is made just for you. As we age, waking up in the middle of the night becomes less of a rare occurrence. It almost feels like an uninvited guest that shows up every single night. But what is even more frightening is that it quietly chips away at our mental and physical health, as well as the sense of peace we try to maintain in our daily lives. From lingering fatigue and memory lapses, to a vague sense of sadness that you just cannot explain, it could all stem from one restless, broken night of sleep. But do not worry, because in this video, I'm going to share with you a few simple, practical tips that are especially effective for older adults. These techniques will help you get back to sleep in just a few minutes, without the need for sleeping pills or any complicated methods. Before we begin, go ahead and leave a comment down below with a positive affirmation like, "I deserve a good and restful night's sleep." Think of it as a little commitment to invite more good things into your life. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss any other helpful content made just for older folks like you. Let's build a community that is full of positive energy, good health, and true happiness. So, why does sleep become so fragile as we grow older? The answer is right here. When we are younger, sleep tends to be deep and uninterrupted, and it is hard to wake up even with a bit of noise. But as the years go by, our sleep cycle begins to change. Sleep becomes lighter and more easily disturbed by seemingly minor things, like the sound of wind slipping through a crack in the door or a slight ache in your shoulders or neck. Another major reason is the decline of melatonin production. This is the night watchman of our sleep. The older we get, the less melatonin our bodies make. That means falling asleep becomes harder, and staying asleep through the night becomes even more challenging. On top of that, chronic health conditions that are common in older adults, like diabetes, joint pain, enlarged prostate, or even depression, can all contribute to fragmented, restless sleep. You wake up once because of a dull pain, another time because you need to go to the bathroom, and then somehow you just cannot fall asleep again. Then there are the medications. From blood pressure and heart drugs to antidepressants, many of them can have side effects that interfere with sleep. Add to that lifestyle changes, like reduced physical activity, long naps during the day, or screen time before bed, and suddenly sleep becomes an ongoing nightly battle. But do not stress too much, because right now we are going to explore some ways that can help you fall back asleep in just a few minutes, gently, naturally, and without any medication. 1. Never turn on bright lights and do not check the clock. When you wake up in the middle of the night, the first instinct is often to switch on a light to check the time, or grab your phone to see what hour it is. But that seemingly harmless action actually messes with your body's natural sleep rhythm. Light, especially blue light from light-emitting diode bulbs or phone screens, can suppress the production of melatonin. That is the hormone your body relies on to feel sleepy and to stay in deep sleep. Even just a few seconds of exposure to bright light can send a signal to your brain that says, "It is morning, time to wake up." And just like that, your chance of falling back asleep starts to slip away. And what about checking the time? It may sound harmless, but in reality, it only fuels your anxiety. Why am I still awake? Only a few hours left before I need to get up. Tomorrow is going to be awful. These kinds of thoughts build up like a rolling snowball, making your mind more alert and pulling you further away from sleep. 2. Breathe deeply and slowly. Use the 4 to 7 to 8 technique to calm your mind back to sleep. In the stillness of the night, when everything around you is quiet, you are left alone with your thoughts racing through your mind. That is when your heart rate might speed up, your breath gets shorter, and suddenly, you are wide awake. But instead of letting your thoughts drag you away from sleep, you can guide yourself gently back, just with a proper breath. The 4-7-8 breathing technique is a simple but powerfully effective method that many sleep experts and psychologists recommend. especially for older adults. You do not need any tools, no medications, and it does not cost a thing, just you and your own breath. Here is how it works. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. You can repeat this cycle 3 or 4 times, then return to normal breathing. Do another round if you feel the need. Within just a few minutes, you will likely notice a subtle shift. Your heart rate slows, your mind begins to quiet down, and a gentle calm flows through your body, from head to toe. From a scientific perspective, this technique activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for the rest and recover response. It helps shut off the flow of cortisol, the stress hormone, and brings your body back to a relaxed state, ready for sleep. Breathing properly is not just an exercise for your lungs. It is a way to reconnect with the stillness within you, even on the most restless nights. It is like a silent lullaby, helping you settle down, let go of worries, and gently slip back into the dream world, where sleep is waiting to welcome you home. 3. Focus on a calming image or repeat a simple keyword. Here is a simple truth that most people overlook. It is not your body, but your mind that keeps you from falling back asleep in the middle of the night. The more you try to force sleep, the more your mind spirals with endless thoughts like, what do I have to do tomorrow? How is my health these days? Did I forget something? Why did I wake up right now? And just like that, instead of sleeping, you find yourself deep in a stressful inner conversation. So, what is the solution? Distract your mind by using a simple yet powerful method. Repeat a calming image or a positive keyword. Try this. Imagine yourself sitting quietly by a peaceful lake. The water is gently rippling. The air is cool and still. Each time you inhale, you feel a little lighter. Each time you exhale, your worries drift away like tiny waves fading into the distance. That mental picture, if you hold it lightly in your mind without pressure, acts like a soft thread pulling you away from chaos and toward deep inner calm. If visualizing is not your thing, try repeating a keyword like peace, calm, stillness, or a gentle affirmation such as, I am resting, everything is okay, my body is healing. Repeat it slowly, gently, without forcing anything. This practice is like meditation for sleep, a way to quiet your mind and return to the present moment. When your mind is busy repeating something simple, it no longer has room for stress or overthinking. And in that quiet space, sleep often returns, softly, like a breeze. Think of it as a little bedtime ritual. Just like a child being lulled to sleep by a lullaby, you are now learning to soothe yourself with a peaceful mind. And yes, you absolutely can do that, whether you are 60, 70, or beyond. 4. Do not toss and turn for too long. Get out of bed if you are still awake after 20 minutes. One of the most common mistakes many people, especially older adults, make when they wake up in the middle of the night is to stay in bed, tossing and turning, hoping they will drift off again. But the longer you lie there, the more anxious you become. And the more anxious you feel, the more sleep avoids you. This is not just psychological. It is actually a kind of conditioned response in the brain. When you repeatedly stay in bed without sleeping, your brain starts to create a false association. Bed, a place to think, worry, and struggle. Over time, your bed, which should be your peaceful retreat, becomes the very reason sleep becomes harder to find. So, if you have been awake for about 15 to 20 minutes and still cannot fall back asleep, do not force yourself to stay in bed. Gently get up. You do not need to turn on bright lights or walk around too much. Just go to a quiet corner with soft, dim lighting and do something calming. You might read a few pages from a physical book. Avoid anything too mentally stimulating. Listen to soft meditation music, gentle water sounds, or peaceful nature noises. Practice deep breathing or quiet meditation for a few minutes. Write a short journal entry if something on your mind is bothering you. What matters most is that you avoid activities that overstimulate your brain. Things like watching television, checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or eating. All of these will only wake you up even more and make it harder to fall back asleep. When you start to feel your eyes getting heavy, your mind quieting down, and sleepiness creeping back in, that is your cue to return to bed. Over time, your brain will re-establish the right connection. Bed, a place of rest, relaxation, and sleep. And when that new habit sticks, you will notice a clear improvement in how easily you can fall back asleep in the middle of the night. 5. Create an ideal sleep environment where your body can naturally restore itself. One of the most important factors is lighting. Make sure your bedroom is completely dark or lit only with a soft, warm glow. Something similar to candlelight. Bright lights, especially white or blue light from light-emitting diode bulbs or smart nightlights, can suppress melatonin, the hormone your body needs to enter deep sleep. Next is silence. As we age, our brains become less able to filter out background noise, so even the smallest sounds, like a ticking clock, cars outside, or even the wind, can wake us or keep us from falling back asleep. Try using a white noise machine or soft meditation music to gently drown out those unwanted sounds. Room temperature is another key factor. If it is too hot or too cold, your body will struggle to relax. The ideal sleeping temperature is typically between 64 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 18 to 22 degrees Celsius, but what matters most is what feels comfortable for you. A light blanket and breathable, loose-fitting sleepwear can also make a big difference in how relaxed you feel. And here is something that a lot of people tend to overlook. Electronics, the silent enemy of sleep. If you wake up in the middle of the night, try not to reach for your phone, your tablet, or turn on the television just to pass the time. The light from the screen wakes up your brain, and the content, even a short news clip or a quick video, can pull your mind into a cycle of stimulation and alertness. Let your bedroom become a true sleep sanctuary. No harsh lights, no loud noises, no tech distractions, only peace, cool air, and comfort, like a gentle embrace welcoming you back to sleep. You can even add a touch of calming essential oils like lavender, neroli, or cedarwood, scents that have been shown to relax the nervous system and trigger a natural state of drowsiness. Even with techniques that help you fall back asleep quickly, the real key to deep, restful sleep starts with your daily habits. A good night's sleep does not begin the moment you lie down. It begins with everything you do throughout your day. The choices you make over those 24 hours determine whether you wake up at night, and if you do, whether you can easily fall back asleep. The first crucial habit: maintain a consistent sleep-wake schedule. When we are young, our biological clocks are flexible and responsive, but as we get older, they become less adaptable, and any disruption, especially an irregular sleep schedule, can throw everything off. For example, one night you go to bed at 9 o'clock in the evening, the next night you stay up until 11, and over the weekend, you sleep in much later than usual. These small changes might not seem like a big deal, but they actually confuse your body's rhythm. That throws off your hormone production, especially melatonin, which helps you feel sleepy and stay in deep sleep. When your internal clock is out of sync, falling asleep becomes harder, staying asleep becomes more difficult, and even a slight noise or room temperature change can wake you up. Then you lie there, frustrated, and the cycle of sleeplessness continues. The simplest, most effective fix is to keep a steady sleep and wake time every day, including weekends and holidays. Think of it as a gentle promise to yourself. It is time to rest, to relax, and to recharge. By repeating this habit regularly, your body will learn to recognize the bedtime signal. When that time arrives, your body naturally releases melatonin, your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, your brain calms down, and you drift into sleep easily without trying. The second habit: light daily exercise. Gentle daily movement not only helps you sleep better, but it is also a natural medicine for your overall health, both physical and mental. Studies show that older adults who stay active regularly tend to sleep more deeply, wake up less often during the night, and feel more mentally alert during the day. That is because physical activity boosts endorphins, your brain's feel-good chemicals, which help reduce stress and anxiety, the hidden enemies of sleep. You can choose whatever type of movement works for you. There is no need for a gym or complex workouts, just keep moving. Simple things like stretching, gentle squats, joint rotations, or caring for your garden can all bring positive changes to your body. The key is consistency. A little each day is better than doing a lot once and skipping the rest of the week. And remember to avoid exercising too close to bedtime. Leave at least 3 hours before sleep so your body has time to wind down. If you want something more relaxing at night, try gentle breathing exercises or a calming meditation. Great for relaxing your muscles and clearing your mind before sleep. The third habit, limit caffeine and alcohol in the afternoon and evening. Many people forget that caffeine is hidden in all kinds of drinks and foods. It is a stimulant that activates your nervous system and helps you feel alert. But as we age, our bodies process caffeine much more slowly than they did in our younger years. Even a small cup of coffee in the early afternoon can stay in your system until late at night, leaving you lying in bed, wide awake, unable to fall asleep. As for alcohol, many believe a nightcap helps them sleep better. While alcohol can make you feel drowsy at first, it actually disrupts your sleep cycle, especially the deep sleep stages. After a few hours, when your body starts breaking down the alcohol, you are more likely to wake up in the middle of the night, feel dehydrated, have a racing heart, and find it harder to get back to sleep. The next morning, instead of feeling rested, you feel groggy, foggy, and more exhausted than before. So, to protect your sleep, especially as you get older, try to avoid drinking coffee, strong tea, chocolate, or alcohol after around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Instead, go for something lighter, like warm water, a caffeine-free herbal tea, or a glass of warm milk in the evening. These gentle drinks are easy on your stomach. They help relax your body, and they make it easier for you to drift off into a deep, natural sleep. The fourth habit, eat wisely, not too full, but not hungry before bed either. Dinner might seem like a small thing, but it can have a big impact on your sleep, especially as you get older. If you eat too much, your stomach has to keep working hard to digest food, which makes it difficult for your body to fully relax. The result? You might feel bloated, restless, unable to sleep well, or even wake up in the middle of the night feeling uncomfortable. On the other hand, if you go to bed hungry, that dull hunger can wake you up and keep you from falling back asleep. The best solution is to eat a light, balanced, and easy-to-digest dinner. A warm bowl of soup, a bit of porridge, a handful of nuts, or a glass of warm milk are ideal options. These foods will not put pressure on your digestive system, and they help calm your body, making it easier for you to slip into a restful state. Also, try to finish dinner at least 2 hours before going to bed, giving your body enough time to process the food. But if you truly feel hungry just before bedtime, a small snack, like a ripe banana or a warm glass of milk, can help. Bananas contain tryptophan and magnesium, both of which help relax your muscles and boost melatonin production, the key hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. Growing older is not the beginning of helplessness. It is simply a stage that requires a little more understanding and gentle care for yourself. If you have been struggling with waking up in the middle of the night, do not believe it is just how things are, or something that cannot be changed. As you have seen, deep and restful sleep is absolutely possible, as long as you are willing to make a few small adjustments to your daily habits. Be gentler with your body. Pay more attention to what it is telling you. From turning off the lights at the right time, breathing slowly and deeply, letting go of overthinking, to keeping a consistent sleep schedule. All of these are natural remedies you can start using tonight. And the best part, they do not cost a thing. All they require is patience and love for yourself. Before you leave this video, take a moment to leave a positive affirmation in the comments, like, "I deserve deep and peaceful sleep every night." Think of it as a gentle promise to yourself. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There are many more amazing health tips waiting just for you in the golden years. Let us build a community together where we live healthily, joyfully, and with true quality in every deep night's sleep and every peaceful moment.